What is up, guys? It's Swammer here, back again with some more Go Battle League action, this time in the Ultra League. I'm going to be playing in the Open Ultra League today, and I'm going to be using a team that is very similar to one featured on Zionic's channel last season. He featured a Cresselia double fire team with Charizard and Ho-Oh. The main differences here is that I am not running Grass Knot on my Cresselia. I'm running Future Sight. You can do either. I think Grass Knot might work better for this team, just because you're going to want to be able to take out the water types very easily. And in particular, Empoleon becomes a real problem if you don't have Grass Knot. But at the same time, Future Sight is just really nice for some really hard-hitting damage against certain Pokemon. So both are fine. I am running Fire Spin on my Charizard as well instead of Dragon Breath. Um, I think that Dragon Breath would be preferred. I just haven't made a Dragon Breath Charizard yet for Ultra League. And then running Talonflame instead of Ho-Oh is really quite nice because you get to those flame charges quite a bit faster than anything you get to with Ho-Oh, and it gives you a 50 energy move instead of a 65 energy move that you can throw without debuffing yourself. So the Flame Charge is really, really nice. Plus, you can really ramp up that Incinerate damage, and Talonflame is also just a little bit tankier. Um, this is actually, the Talonflame I'm using is actually a Shundo Talonflame. It's my first Shundo ever. I traded for it on the first day of Ultra League. I had a 98, just regular, that I was ready to power up and invest. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wait for my lucky trade just in case I get a hundo, and then I, sure enough, got the hundo, so really excited to use it. That's why I wanted to use it right away. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the battles. So I did get ranked. I did reach rank 20. Talking is hard. Last night, so I am finally ranked. I got ranked at about 2165 elo, which is not great to be honest. But we got Cresselia on the lead here, so we're going to go straight into Talonflame. Most Cresselia these days are running Grass Knot and Moonblast, so the two fire types in the back resist both of those. They actually swap out into Umbreon, but they're very far behind on energy, so we're really going to be able to punish this Umbreon. Foul Play is not going to deal enough damage to warrant a shield just yet. You can see that we'll very easily be able to tank 2 Foul Plays and still not get snarled down. And this Umbreon's really going to have to start worrying about this Flame Charge damage. So we can see that we're already getting the energy for another Flame Charge here. We are going to go ahead and shield up a charge move here. They actually go for the last resort. I think they recognized that it would deal just a little bit more damage than the Foul Play, and they needed just a little bit extra to take us out. However, I do shield. They actually decide to double shield here, and I'm going to be able to get to another Flame Charge before they can get to another charge move. So this is really good for us. That's going to be enough to take out the Umbreon, and we won Switch and Shield advantage. So Cresselia is probably going to come back in. Again, Moonblast and Grass Knot are resisted, so I'm not going to shield. It is a Moonblast, but we can survive this. You can see this. They actually swap into their own Talonflame, and the Incinerate does not KO, so we're able to get to this Brave Bird. That's going to one-shot the Talonflame. That's game over. I can swap into my Charizard here, and as soon as they see the Charizard, they decide to surrender. That was going to be a good game. Charizard with it already has a good matchup against Cresselia, especially because it really looked like they were running Moonblast Grass Knot, and with the shield advantage, it was just definitely game over. Alright, Cresselia into Giratina. This is one of the reasons that you really want Dragon Breath on Charizard, because otherwise this Giratina matchup gets a little bit awkward. If they decide to, well, if they decide to shield once, then it is, and if they decide to double shield, then it is definitely a bit iffy in the back. So we're going to go ahead, go for the Moonblast here. I really do want the damage here. We get a shield, we get the attack debuff. That's really important because it means that we're going to be able to get to 3 Moonblasts with our Cresselia. So we're going to be able to go for a Moonblast here. Actually, we might not be able to get to 3 Moonblasts, but it's going to mean that the charge moves coming in against Charizard and Talonflame aren't doing very much damage. So, going to let this go. It probably will just barely KO, Yes, it does. And now we've got a bit of a choice. One Brave Bird won't KO, so I'm going to go into Charizard here and look to throw a couple Dragon Claws to get it low. So we take one Dragon Claw again. Since they're debuffed, I don't need to shield. Gonna look to throw a Dragon Claw here. They're getting off another one. Not a big deal. We are getting quite low, but because Charizard and Talonflame really do the same thing, we don't need to worry too much about keeping this Charizard alive. The only thing we need it for is potentially resetting some debuffs. So we're going to throw the Dragon Claw here, and going to swap now into Talonflame. This is still a debuffed charge move, so we don't need to shield. And you can see that does very little damage, and it's a Swampert coming in. So we're definitely going to need to shield here. The Swampert is going to be problematic because they're going to be able to spam quite quickly. Going to go for the Brave Bird now. This will almost KO the Swampert. We're going to be able to Incinerate down afterwards. So we get one Incinerate through there. Going to have to shield up this Hydro Cannon as it would definitely KO. We'll get another Incinerate through here. And then we just have to hope that we can take out whatever they've got in the back. It's a Melmetal in the back, so we're looking very good here. We can throw the Flame Charge. We have back-to-back now. This Flame Charge is going to deal about half their health, and then this next one is definitely going to KO. And then that Giratina in the back has very little health, so it will go down to one Incinerate, and that's going to be a good game. So, pretty tough match there because they did double shield the Giratina, but because we got that Moonblast debuff, Charizard was really able to put in work and not have to shield against that Giratina, and I think that's what won the match for us, was that we didn't have to shield. Alright, another Giratina on the lead, so we're going to go for the Moonblast. They're throwing here, this is likely going to be a Shadow Sneak. However, it's actually an Ancient Power, so they were definitely fishing for the boost there. And knowing that they have Ancient Power, this is a really powerful matchup for Cresselia because none of their charge moves really threaten me. So now I'm definitely going to be able to get to 3 Moonblasts. They should likely just be going for Dragon Claw here. Yeah, they're going to go for Dragon Claw. Going to go for another Dragon Claw here, likely. This still isn't going to be enough to KO. And we're going to be able to get to a Moonblast here. And hopefully they don't shield. They don't shield. That's pretty good for us. And then they actually try to overfarm. They try to farm us down, but we're able to get to another Moonblast, and this is going to be enough to take them out or burn a second shield. We do take them out, and then we swap right away into Talonflame. They have a Heatran, which is a very spicy pick, so really interested. I thought this could be a Stone Edge coming in. I wasn't paying close enough attention to their energy, so I decided to shield. It was just an Iron Head. Definitely didn't need to shield that. But we're going to go for Flame Charges here, and now we're going to be looking to farm down. This is likely just going to be an Iron Head. Even if it's a Stone Edge, I'm fine to accept this energy onto Charizard. It is just an Iron Head, and it looks like it's an Aggron in the back. This is really bad for us. Aggron is going to deal a lot of damage. We're going to be able to get to another Flame Charge here, which is going to deal about half their health, probably. Yeah, about half. And we can go into Charizard. We just need Charizard to live 5 Rock Throws or Smackdowns, and it's barely able to. The 6th one would have KO'd. But we can get to this Blast Burn and take them out. If they had swapped into Aggron when I swapped into Talonflame, they win that match for sure. It would have been game over. They just could have shielded and farmed down both Pokemon. But fortunately, they did not, and we were able to win that. Aggron has been a Pokemon that I've been thinking about running just because its matchup against Talonflame is quite good. It does quite well against Talonflame, against Cresselia, against Giratina. There's a number of other Pokemon it really struggles against. So Machamp here on the lead, that's where we want to see it. Snorlax swaps in. I am going to go ahead and throw a Moonblast just to soften it up a little bit. And now come into Talonflame. We actually get the attack debuff again. That's amazing for us because it means that these body slams are really not going to be very threatening at all. So you guys can see this body slam does not very much damage because we did get that attack debuff. They're definitely not going to be shielding this Flame Charge, but we can look to Incinerate down now. So going to take one more Body Slam. This Incinerate's going to go through, and then we're going to need one more to take them out. And we're going to leave this matchup with 90 energy, so really a lot of energy. It's Machamp coming back in. We're going to go straight for a Flame Charge. This is going to force them to shield because we are once boosted. Going to do one more Incinerate. We get to another Flame Charge, and I'm going to just shield here because I know I can get another shield from my opponent since I have the Flame Charge. So going to throw here. If they get, yeah, they decide to shield, so they're going to have to throw again, otherwise we're going to get to another one. I am going to let this go now because I have a great counter to this in Cresselia, but now I've got shields down, so we should be in a pretty good spot. Going to look to overfarm here. They make an excellent swap on the charge move into Registeel. I wanted to get to the Moonblast as quickly as I could to respect the potential payback, but with a Registeel on the back, this is game over. Charizard absolutely dominates this matchup, so I'm just going to look to build up to back-to-back Blast Burns, and then throw one to take out the Registeel. So we're going to have to eat 2 Flash Cannons, totally fine. I'm going to save the shield for the Machamp. It doesn't quite have a Rock Slide, but just in case it does, I'm saving that shield. And this Blast Burn is going to be taking out the Registeel, and the next one, the Machamp, saying that's going to be a good game. So pretty tough spot for my opponent there. The Snorlax on the safe swap. The Talonflame is actually quite a good response. It's got enough extra bulk over Charizard that the body slams are a lot less threatening, and the Incinerate damage really ramps up with Flame Charge. So, alright, Cresselia into Snorlax. This is not great for us. We're going to have to swap out of here into Talonflame, and they're staying in a fair bit, letting us build up some energy, and we get a little bit of lag there, and we build up to 100 energy. Going to go straight for the Brave Bird. Basically, I want to punish them if they decide not to shield. They decide not to shield. Our defense fell, but we can still tank a Dragon Claw, so we do tank one, and then I'm going to throw again, but they actually have a back-to-back here, so we're going to have to shield if we want to get off this Brave Bird. I do decide to shield to get this extra damage, really hoping to get a shield from my opponent here. However, they decide to let it go, which is a really heads-up play on their part that they can come in and farm down with Snorlax. And this puts me in a pretty tough spot because I don't really want to go back into Cresselia, but at the same time, these body slams are really going to add up against Charizard. I think I probably should have gone into Cresselia just to absorb all of that energy. But we're going to go for the Blast Burn here. My guess is that they are going to expect me to bait, which they do seem to do. So that's very good for us. They're going to throw another Body Slam here. This is going to almost take us out. Going to swap now into Cresselia, and it's a Granbull in the back. So definitely in hindsight, wish I would have gone back into Cresselia against that Snorlax. Could have absorbed the energy a lot better. And then I would have had the Charizard for the Charmer in the back, which would be very good for us. They're going to be able to get to a crunch here. I'm going to be able to burn both shields, but there's really no win condition here. I made the wrong call, ultimately, in coming into Charizard against that Snorlax, and I think that was what cost me the game. But able to go 4-1 with this team, so pretty happy about that. Get that rare candy, and we get a Therian Thundurus reward encounter, which is very nice. For those of you that don't know, Therian Thundurus is now out. It got a brand new moveset prior to release, so it now has Volt Switch and Thunderbolt available to it, which is going to make it a great raider. It's going to deal a ton of damage in raids, and honestly, in Master League, that's going to be a pretty interesting option to have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Focus Blast. So we'll sort of have to see how that plays out. Alright, into the next set here we have Cresselia into Obstagoon. What I'm going to look to do here is throw a Moonblast to chip this, and then hopefully catch a Night Slash on Talonflame. no need to shield the first Night Slash here. It doesn't deal a ton of damage. However, they do get the boost, which is not good for us at all. So they've got 2 counters. We're going to do a couple more Psycho Pets and then swap. We catch the Night Slash, but because it's boosted, this is going to hurt. It does hurt. We are able to tank it, and we're just about to get to this Flame Charge. I don't think this Night Slash will KO, so I really need to undertap this. So it connects. We go for the undertap. However, we're not quick enough on the undertap, and we don't get to throw the energy. That is the danger with undertapping, is that sometimes you'll faint out onto the 2-turn fast moves. We are going to be able to farm this down with Charizard, but we're in a pretty bad spot. We're down a shield, and we've got a lot of health lost on both our Charizard and our Cresselia. So going to go for the Blast Burn here. We do connect with the Blast Burn. That's very good for us. Going to keep farming up. I need to no-shield this. If they have Future Sight, I lose. It's just a Moonblast, though, which puts me in an okay spot here. So we're going to be able to go for a Blast Burn. It gets them very low, and we'll have to see what they've got in the back. I tried to swap in to potentially catch a move there, but it's an Alolan Muck in the back, so this is terrible news for my Cresselia. We're going to be able to get to a Moonblast, and this Dark Pulse, if it doesn't take us out, will get us very, very low. It doesn't quite take us out. I think they might have undercharged it, to be honest, because I think it definitely does more damage than that. Going to go for another Moonblast. They still have 2 shields, though. They decide not to shield, which is a pretty risky play on their end, because what it means is that they're in Dragon Claw range. I mean, it's still not going to be a problem, because they're going to be able to get to charge moves way before we can anyways. We have to shield up this Dark Pulse. They have a move stored on the Cresselia, so they're going to be able to swap in and take us out. But definitely probably would have made more sense for them to shield an earlier charge move. Alright, so tough game there. Not able to win that one. The Obstagoon getting boosted on the first Night Slash and not being able to get off that Flame Charge with the Talonflame really hurt us. So Snorlax on the lead, gonna again swap into Talonflame. In comes an Empoleon. What's crazy about this matchup is that it's actually not that bad for Talonflame. We get to 1 Flame Charge, they actually shield the first one, which is not what you want to be doing. And we can get to another one here, and this Flame Charge is gonna hurt because it's neutral damage. We see that we get them into the red, and we got a shield. So even though Empoleon is a very hard counter, we were still able to get them low and get a shield advantage. They Hydro Cannon. They do have a ton of energy, but Cresselia can absorb this energy no problem. So they actually swap now into Snorlax. We're going to go into our Charizard here, and we are going to have to start shielding. So we shield up the Body Slam, and then we just need to get to this Blast Burn. I'm not expecting them to shield because they do have a whole another Pokemon in the back that they're going to want to protect. I am going to shield again on my Charizard here because they've got that Empoleon in the back, which if I didn't shield could probably farm us down, and I want to have this energy. So I have a Blast Burn to threaten whatever's coming in. It's a Clefable. Going to build up to a lot of energy, throw the Dragon Claw. They get a Charm through here, so I need to swap to transfer the Charm damage because I'm not at the Blast Burn yet. If I didn't swap there, I wouldn't have been able to transfer that Charm damage, and I wouldn't be able to get to another Blast Burn. However, we're going to come in now to Cresselia. We get off the Future Sight, and they decide to throw energy, which is really good for us because now we can do one more Fire Spin, get the Blast Burn, and that's going to be enough to take them out. You guys can see if I didn't swap on the charge move there into the Cresselia to transfer the Charm damage, I would not have been able to get to that Blast Burn, so that was really key to make that swap. They definitely should have farmed me down on the Cresselia, and then they would have won, but it basically opened up a win con for me. Alright, Melmetal on the lead. This is probably the worst Pokemon possible to see with this team. Cresselia does technically have a positive matchup with Melmetal since the Rock Slide nerf, but I still like to swap out to try and bait out another different counter. We are going to throw a Flame Charge here. We get a shield, and they swap out into Swampert. This is actually totally fine with me, because since I threw the Flame Charge, the Brave Bird will KO if they don't shield. So we're going to no-shield the Hydro Cannon, throw the Brave Bird here, and that does get a shield, so now they're out of shields. However, they are going to be able to farm me down, which is not great. And we can come in now with Cresselia and really start to chip away at this Swampert. I'm hoping to land one Future Sight and then Psycho Cut down. They do hit us with the Earthquake, not a big deal. Hydro Cannon comes through, gets us fairly low. They make a great swap here into Melmetal, and this puts me in a really bad spot, because I know I'm not going to be able to get to a Blast Burn in time, so I have to go for a Dragon Claw here, and this isn't going to be enough to KO. They're going to be able to get to another Rock Slide. Maybe I would have been able to get to the Blast Burn if I'd committed. Tough to say. And they're able to take us out. They're not low enough yet for us to be able to Psycho Cut down, so I have to throw a Moonblast here. I'm going to undercharge it to get an extra couple Psycho Cuts in, but this is still not looking very good for us. We can throw the Future Sight on the Swampert coming in, and you guys can see that gets it quite low, so we might have been able to Psycho Cut down as we had originally planned, but that swap into Melmetal really put us in a tough spot. I probably needed to throw energy on the Cresselia, or maybe just stay in with Cresselia and hope that whatever was in the back was weak to Charizard, but really well played by my opponent. I definitely think there was a win con there. I'm not entirely positive what it was. Alright, Surfetched on the lead. This is pretty good for us. This is just going to be a Night Slash coming through. Again, no need to shield the first one. We're going to build up a bunch of extra energy, expecting them to try and sack swap. They come into Cresselia, and in comes Talonflame. Talonflame is likely going to be a very good response here. They throw the Moonblast. Yeah, it does not look like they have Future Sight, so we're going to go straight for the Incinerate. We want to start ramping up, straight for the Flame Charge. We want to start ramping up the Incinerate damage as early as we can. We do sneak and Incinerate through on that charge move, which is really good for us. Moonblast, again, does not hurt very much. Going to go for another Flame Charge here. We did overtap there, which is not great, but not a big deal. And then going to be looking to, since they shielded, we're going to shield ourselves. We can definitely win swap here, and I want to maintain that alignment with Cresselia against the Surfetched. So I'm going to go for a Flame Charge here. We do get a shield, and so they double shield. I'm going to double shield as well. I can definitely maintain the alignment here. Grass Knot is not going to take us out, and we can go for another Flame Charge. This is definitely going to take out the Cresselia, and now the Surfetched comes back in, able to farm us down, but we were so low there wasn't a lot of farm. I come in with Cresselia, throw one more move to see if they're staying in, and then I hit them with the Future Sight. It is an Articuno in the back, so we come in to our Charizard, and that's going to be a good game. Charizard can definitely clean up the Articuno, and my opponent decides to surrender on seeing the Fire type in the back. Alright, Cresselia into Machamp, very positive matchup for us. We want to stay in here. They swap into Umbreon, so I'm going to go ahead and go into my Talonflame here. Again, don't need to worry about the foul plays, does not deal a ton of damage. So we're going to go for the Flame Charge. We really want to start ramping up the damage. I do want to make sure that I'm building up to Brave Bird to potentially threaten it. And actually, I think I might throw a Brave Bird here, because a Brave Bird, I believe, would KO this Umbreon. Yeah, so we're going to build up and then go for a Brave Bird here. again, we're just going to need one more Incinerate after this to get another Brave Bird. We do get a shield, and now I can shield myself and get to another Brave Bird and force them to make a tough choice here. So going to go ahead, hit them with the Brave Bird, see what they want to do. They decide to let it go, so we maintain swap, and Machamp comes back in. They do take one Incinerate worth of damage, which is okay for us. Then they swap out into Talonflame here. They've got 3 Incinerates, so this could be a Brave Bird, but I'm not expecting them to drop their defense so early, so we do no shield. It is just a Flame Charge. We're going to go ahead and throw the Dragon Claw. That was terrible timing of my charge move throwing. I could have thrown an extra Fire Spin for free there, but we can hit them with another Dragon Claw here before they get to their next charge move. This could be a Brave Bird, but again, I don't need to shield. I can just let this go because I've got a fair bit of energy stored on my Cresselia, and all I need to do is get to a Future Sight. I'm not going to shield because I'm expecting the Flame Charge here. It is a Flame Charge, and they decide to swap out into their Machamp, which is really interesting. I'm going to go ahead and shield this. The only way that I can lose this match is if I get hit by a payback there. So now the Future Sight is going to definitely be enough to take out the Machamp. Probably could have gone for a Moonblast, to be honest, and we're going to be able to get to another Future Sight before this Talonflame can get to another move, and that's going to be a good game. So that was one case where having Future Sight was really nice. We don't win that match if we don't have Future Sight, I don't think, because the Moonblast would not have KO'd the Talonflame in that position. So definitely came in clutch there, having Future Sight. But that's the battle. So we're able to go 7 of 10 there. Again, really enjoying using Talonflame. It is such a strong Pokemon. And just really excited to have a Shundo and be able to use it for battling. I'm really happy about that. So I think that this team could be run with a number of different Pokemon on the lead. Basically, the Pokemon on the lead needs to be able to beat water types and potentially absorb a bunch of damage if you get farmed down with your Talonflame or something by like an Empoleon. So Cresselia would work. I think Umbreon would work. A bulky water type might work even better, like a Jellicent or Lapras. I have tried it with Lapras, and that seemed to be okay as well. But yeah, really fun team. Thank you guys so much for watching, though, and I hope to see you in the next video.